Hello, 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 and welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator stream. Today, we're going to do something a little different than what I've been doing. We're in the A320. We're flying Northwest Airlines as we did on Friday, but we're using a newer career mode program called New Sky. I don't know how long it's been out. Um, it's pretty basic. But it's kind of neat. It's kind of neat. It's something I'm trying to get myself to get out of the APL life so much. I'm having a harder time than I thought I would, because there really isn't a lot of basic kind of what I'm looking for with APL, which is very basic stuff, right? I don't need the complex stuff. On-air's neat and all that, but it just seems like a lot extra that I don't really have interest in as of right now. But with New Sky, it's very similar to APL, with the exception of you have to find the airline you want to join, and it's a lot of made up or virtual airlines. So it's not real world. But I did create, and we'll see if it survives, Northwest Airlines. So within it, I was able to assign aircrafts, airports, and make a schedule. So I have a whole bunch of schedules here. And once if people join, they'll be able to book a flight. And with New Sky, you can go ahead and do any flight you want to. So whatever airline you're with, you can click on it and you can make up your own flight. And you get money, which eventually will be coming with Economy 2.0, they call it. And it will grade you on the flight and all that jazz, right? Or you can, if you're with an airline that has a schedule, you can book a flight with that schedule. So that's what we're going to do today, because I spent about a half hour to an hour building a schedule. So we're going to do that. I have, I think, 4 aircrafts currently available, maybe 5. Well, actually, let's list them all here. So I have 6. 6 total aircrafts that are available with Northwest. They're all currently based in Minneapolis, which was the headquarters of Northwest Airlines. So the flight today is going to actually get a plane away from Northwest Airlines, because when you fly a plane from one location to another, it will then transport to that location, so someone else needs to fly it to another location. So similar to what you do with NeoFly is kind of how it handles here, which is, I think, kind of cool. A little bit more realistic to it. And what was the other program I was just messing with that did that? Oh, with a virtual airline I'm using with Delta. Does a very similar thing. So to book it, just click on it. All the information's already on there. You just have to select the aircraft you want, which is going to be an A320. And you can go ahead and customize this jazz. I'm just going to keep it at default for now. And we're going to book the flight. The flight is now booked. And now we can go ahead and we'll be able to start the flight. So start the flight. Do we want to start it? Yes, we do. And now it's keeping track of it. That's it. It's going to update positions, radios, lights, etc. So we put that in the back burner for now. And let's get this flight going, because I do have not a whole lot of time right now to do this flight. But I want to show off at least some of this program during a live stream versus just recording. So let's get this plane started up. And hopefully, SAYINTENTIONS is not going to give me too much of a problem, because I've been having issues with the mic. The initial issue was easy to fix, which was if it's not hearing you when you make your initial radio call, your clearance call, switch your mic or restart the app. But now I've had it happen a couple times where it will lose my voice during the initial taxi clearance. Why sometimes I don't have the ATC instructions 5 minutes after my departure? I'm not sure. Is it giving you the departure clearance information? Is that what you're referring to? It's not having you switch over to departure? Okay, so we have that all set in there. Let's load the aircraft instant. And hopefully I remember to actually bring up my gear on departure, unlike what I did on Friday. 58 for the flex. Let's bring up this. Alright, we get the route. Well, hopefully your weekend was great. Mine was, I worked on Saturday. And it was pretty boring, slow, but, you know, I guess that's good, free money, right? 12 on the cost index. And we're climbing up to 280. And what did I say, 58 on the flex, right? 58 on the flex. Okay. And we'll go back over here now, and we will go to weights first. Then this. Then this. And we'll go back over to ground. Okay. Back over here. So now we should have the weights and fuel all in there. And performance should all be in there as well. Flight plan, we are departing runway 12. Right. What we're expecting. And or sky 3 via or sky. Insert that. Yeah, that is interesting. I've never had where it doesn't give you departure information. And you filed your flight with wait, just go here. You filed your flight with what's it called? SimBrief? Okay, so let's see. Heading map, waiting for all that to pop. That's cool. Let's go back on down here. Let's go to, nope, not maintenance. We want to go to config, manual, nav. I'll get auto align or instant align the IRS. Okay, good. And we'll go back to performance page. Okay, that's all set. I think we're ready to get our clearance, aren't we? Let's push that there, put that there. Let's get our pushback going as well. Yeah, you are with SimBrief. Interesting. I would post that in their Discord. I would most definitely post that in their Discord, because that definitely seems to be a bug. Does it happen all the time, or just one time? Okay, let's dial on to clearance 133. Oh, actually, we need ATIS first, don't we? That's kind of important. 120 and 8. Okay, let's get our ATIS information.
Read back all runway and hold short instructions. VFR departures, contact clearance delivery on 133.2. Advise on initial contact, you have information Papa. Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport, information Papa. 1353 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility
Oh, the runway is different than what SimBrief is saying. That's interesting.
Feet. Temperature 16. Dew point 8.
Okay, let's get a radio check here. Clearance radio check. Okay, it's hearing me right away.
Northwest 516 5x5.
Minneapolis clearance, good morning from Northwest 516. We're an Airbus A320. We're at gate Golf 5. With information Papa, we are requesting IFR to Des Moines International. Ready to copy. Okay, so we got our clearance. Let's get our bleed going. Lots of times. Yeah, definitely report that. That's really strange. I don't think I've ever had that problem.
Northwest 516, Minneapolis clearance. Cleared to Des Moines via the Orsky 3 departure. Then as filed. Climb and maintain 4,000. Expect flight level 28010 minutes after departure. Departure on 132.975. Squawk 3222.
Yesterday when I did a radio call back, it like didn't hear me.
This is F7 for Delta Juliet with information November. IFR flight to Rapid City Kilo Romeo Alpha Papa.
Clear to Des Moines via the Orsky 3 departure, then is filed. Climb, maintain 4,000. Expect flight level 280, 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 132.975, squawk 3222, Northwest 516. Okay, all looking grand so far. I don't have a volant at the top. I don't really have the time. Well, I didn't have the time to really get that going.
Northwest 516, Minneapolis clearance. Read back correct. Expect runway 12 right. Contact ground on 133.575.
Over to ground now. Minneapolis ground, good morning from Northwest 516. We're at stand Golf 5, requesting push and start. It says gate here in the US, right? Not stand. Stan the man. Alright, we look like clear for pushback.
Northwest 516, Minneapolis ground. Good morning, push and start approved. Information Papa is current.
For departure, cross-check.
Alright, let's see. Start engine 1. And let's see, what else do I gotta do here? We got to do this, and we have to flip these guys over.
At this time, in just a few moments, we'll be showing you the safety video. Once the video has concluded, we'll be in the aisles to answer any questions you have before we're seated for taxi out. Again, thank you for choosing Delta today. My name is Susan. I'm your purser for today's flight, along with Charles in the economy cabin. We do welcome you aboard.
I really love this, the announcements with this plane. It's so cool.
Welcome aboard, and thank you for choosing Delta. The health and safety of our customers and crew is our #1 priority and a shared responsibility of everyone on board. So before we depart, please pay attention to this important message. Stow all carry-on items.
So we're using Delta because Northwest and Delta merged, so it makes sense to use that airline.
Devices must be placed in a bag. Handheld portable electronic devices, including mobile phones, should also be secured. Keep the aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas clear.
If you lose an electronic device in your seat, please do not adjust your seat and ask a crew member for help. As we leave the gate, fasten your seatbelt by
American
inserting
63,
the
that
metal
correct?
tip into
Expect
the buckle
runway
and
12
adjusting
left,
the
report ready for
strap so
pushback.
it's low and tight across your lap. To release.
12 left, report ready for pushback.
Stay
American
seated with your
996.
seatbelt fastened when the seatbelt sign is on, and keep it fastened.
Minneapolis
whenever
ground,
you're
Northwest 516, request taxi.
In the event of a fare, the crew might also need to buckle up for safety. We appreciate your understanding if our
Minneapolis ground,
service is
American
interrupted.
996.
Order regulations
Ready for
require all
pushback.
passengers to comply with all crew members' instructions, along with the posted placards and lighted information signs throughout the cabin.
Smoking, vaping,
Northwest
the use of
516,
e-cigarettes,
Minneapolis
or
ground,
any
runway
smokeless
12
product,
right via
including
Alpha,
chewing
cross
tobacco,
runway
is
22
not
at your
allowed on
discretion.
Delta flight.
Contact tower on
Federal law
126.7 when
prohibits
ready for
temporary
departure.
disabling or destroying restroom smoke detectors. In the event
Runway
of an
12 right via Alpha, cross runway 22 at my discretion. Contact tower when ready for departure. Northwest 516.
Clearly marked with a green exit symbol. Locate the nearest exits and remember, they might be behind you. If we lose power, lights will illuminate the aisle to guide you to an exit.
It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, oxygen masks will drop from panels above your seat and inside the lavatories. Reach up and pull the mask or streamer down to start the flow of oxygen. Remove any face covering and place the mask over your nose and mouth. Slip the elastic strap over your head and adjust the mask if necessary. Breathe normally and note that oxygen is flowing. So don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case, life vests are in a compartment beneath or adjacent to your seat. To use, remove the vest from its container by pulling on the tab and then opening the pouch. Slip the vest over your head, wrap the strap around your waist, attach it to the buckle in front, and adjust securely around your waist. As you leave the plane, inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tab at the bottom or manually inflate it by blowing into the tube at shoulder level. A water-activated light is attached to each vest. For children under 35 pounds, place the vest around their waist and secure the strap between the legs. See your safety card for more information. Additional life vests for in-lap children are in marked compartments at the front and rear of the plane. We'll distribute these vests if necessary.
Before takeoff, bring your seat to its upright position and stow your tray table and footrest. Be sure you fasten your seatbelt low and tight across your lap. Carry-on items are secured.
Delta 2296, ready to taxi, requesting runway 12 left.
Take a moment to review the safety information card in your seat pocket.
As we finish our safety check, please let us know if you have any questions.
As we get ready for takeoff, please settle in. And from all of our crew, thank you for flying with Delta.
Okay, sorry it was a little quiet there. I have the window open, and I'm right by the window, and the garbage truck was out there doing his thing.
Folks,
And
from the cockpit, looks like we're number 1 for takeoff. Flight attendants, please prepare for departure.
okay, so I just heard them go by, so we should be good now. All right, let's get over to Tower. Minneapolis Tower, hello from Northwest 516. We're holding short runway 12 right, ready for departure.
To left, ready for IFR departure to...
All right, clear. What was that blue thing? Clear there. Clear there.
Northwest 516, Minneapolis Tower, winds calm. Cleared for takeoff, runway 12 right.
Cleared for takeoff. 12 right, American 516. Alright, so on departure 132975. Whoops. 132975. Alright, lights are set, and we're ready to roll. Rotating. Gear is coming up. Okay, all grand there. Let's go direct to this guy. AP coming on. Ignition to normal. Spoilers down. And climb lever. Okay, all looking grand. Nice smooth departure out of Minneapolis. We'll clear up to 4,000 initially. And hopefully we get departure. So you don't have the same problem you had.
Northwest 516, Minneapolis Tower, contact departure on 132.975.
Over to departure, Northwest 516. I've been flying American so much. Kind of slips out sometimes. Departure, Northwest 516 at 4,000. Ooh, it's bumpy up here, huh?
516, Minneapolis departure, radar contact, cleared direct runway.
Alright, we're clear direct to Rumley.
Ladies and
Northwest
gentlemen, as we
516,
climb to our
Minneapolis
cruising
departure,
altitude,
climb and maintain
I'd like to extend
14,000.
a special thank you to each of you.
Up to 14,000 direct to Rumley, Northwest 516.
Your business and loyalty are greatly appreciated by the entire Delta family. For your safety, it's important to remain seated with your
Okay.
seatbelt securely fastened anytime the
Looking
seatbelt
grand.
sign is on. Even if the sign is off, please keep your
So
seatbelt
just
fastened
like
in case we experience
just
any
like
unexpected air.
a pilot's life,
We ask that you also
New
please
Sky
remember to use caution in opening the overhead
will
doors
track,
to prevent
make sure your
injury
lights
on
are off
those
at
that may have shifted during
10,000. I don't know if it has like ground taxi speeds, but I think one cool thing that I don't see the other career modes managing yet is the center line. And then the distance from the touchdown zone. That's kind of cool, actually. It's really, really cool. Instead of just getting a nice smooth landing, you also need to be straight, right? And as close to the touchdown zone to make sure your score is as high as possible. That's kind of cool. But I'm digging it so far. I think it's cool. It's pretty basic, and
Delta Comfort Plus passengers, as well
If your
as
airline
available
doesn't
beverages
survive,
for
which I'm not
dining
banking a lot's going to survive on mine, so I'm not going to really put a lot of work into it initially.
Skyhawk 7 Kilo Delta Minneapolis departure. Say again your last transmission.
Please be reminded that
You
Delta
can always
is
join the
major
default
credit
New
or
Sky
discounts for onboard purchases
airline.
of beverages and
They have
snacks.
random flights on there,
However, you can use your
so
Delta
that's
Skyhawk
always a
American
possibility as
Express
well. So
card.
I think it's gonna be one of those things where I'll mess with here and there,
Radar contact.
and hope that my airline does take off. Because if it does, it could be really cool to have more people involved with it, and you know, add routes and a bunch of just aircrafts and all that jazz. If no one joins your airline within a month, it automatically closes out. So that's why I'm not going to put a whole lot of effort into it initially, and hope that, you know, another person, at least one, joins the airline.
Northwest 516, climb and maintain flight level 200.
Up to flight level 200, Northwest 516. Alright, 200 is what we're climbing now. And how we looking here? Predictions, arrivals, looking pretty good for timing in real life for me. I haven't been to Des Moines in a very long time in the flight sim, so it's gonna be kind of cool. I'm expecting runway 5 for arrival, based on what SimBrief was saying, even though SimBrief was kind of wrong with the departure, apparently, which I'm going to check as well. So we're going to digital ATIS real quick. Let's check Minneapolis. So ATIS in departure. ATIS in SAYINTENTIONS was saying was it 30 something? But here it's saying 12 left for departure. We did 12 right. That's interesting. So that was wrong. And then Des Moines. I don't know if there's a digital ATIS there. No, there's not. So we don't have any information there. So something's outdated somewhere. It's always interesting in virtual skies to figure out where the correct information is coming from. Nevertheless, right now, SAYINTENTIONS is saying 30 left. That number, that
Northwest 516, climb and maintain flight level 250.
climbing up to flight level 250, Northwest 516. That runway changes eventually. I think initially it pulls from the departed airport.
Northwest 516, roger, climb and maintain flight level 250.
So, regardless, I'm going to request runway 5 upon arrival. So, we're going to just go ahead and do that, because that's what SimBrief is saying, and seems like the right thing to do at this point. Insert temp. That's going to give us this here issue. Not going to hold. Wants us to fly over the airport as well. So that's fine for now. We'll assess things as we get closer to. Alright, we go to standard pressure. Standard pressure. Okay, all good. Lights have already been turned off. Runway 5 arrival. Short hop, so we gotta get things rolling pretty quick. On arrival, runway 5 exits. We can actually exit at the end of the runway if we really want to. Or we can taxi, so it depends on kind of where we touch down at. But either maybe Papa 4 or Papa 3. And then we're expecting Papa and then Hector for the terminal. Runway 5, entries at 3,000. The localizer. And let's go ahead and start programming our approach. Okay, so
Northwest 516, climb and maintain flight level 280.
up to flight level 280, Northwest 516. 580 is our cruising. Okay, so altimeter currently is 3009.
516, roger that. Climb and maintain flight level 280.
Didn't hear me correctly. Temperature is currently 19. The winds 360 at 3. And the minimums are 1131. Okay. And looking pretty good on timing still. Okay, all's grand. Let's verify our cruise altitude. Yep, 280. And we're still on our departure chart out of Minneapolis. Okay. So, Microsoft had the Xbox game, what's it called? Showcase? Xbox Showcase yesterday. If you haven't seen, I posted a video of the breakdown of the trailer for Microsoft Flight Sim. I made a couple goof ups. After I rewatched it, I noticed it. And then, of course, people have to comment on my goof ups. And I got rid of those comments. But I did say A380, actually an A330. And then I also called a Delta livery United. Or no, sorry, a United livery Delta. So, whoops. But, you know, hey, that's part of... I do this for fun, you know? And I'm cool for criticism and all that jazz, but come on, don't point out the obvious. Right? Whatever. So, anywho, it looked really cool. It looked really neat, and I don't know, I feel... I know it's a video, and I know they do post-editing stuff, but it feels different. Watching it, it seems smoother, so I do feel there's been some optimization done to it.
I'll have your descent instructions in about 10 minutes. IFR approaches are still being sorted out. Appreciate your patience.
Okay, let's switch over to Minneapolis Center, and then we'll go ahead and request runway 5. Oh, actually, that's interesting. In Say Attention, you look down there at the bottom. It's saying visual 5, but we got instructions for 30 left. There is no 30 left in Des Moines, so it must have corrected itself. Minneapolis Center, good morning from Northwest 516. We're at flight level 258, climbing 280.
761 Minneapolis, departure radar contact. Maintain 215 knots until reaching flight level 160. Northwest 516, good morning.
Oh wow, no altimeter. So I'm not going to make it a call, because it says visual 5, so we'll stick with what it says. That works really well. So anyways, yeah, so the trailer looked really, really cool. It obviously showed off a bunch of the career mode stuff, which was showing off in the first trailer. And it got me a little bit more excited about the career stuff. I wasn't quite gung-ho about it. I am now, I guess. I am now. It does seem to have some really neat things, and they haven't dived into how much of a career mode. I don't expect anything super intense, and maybe it's just going to be missions, but I think either way it looks really cool. It looks really cool, and it gives you something to be excited about. So I've obviously, of course, been excited before we even knew or even saw a trailer, and it's Flight Sim, so I'm going to be excited about it. The detail on the ground looks phenomenal. From my understanding, based on what they've said in the past, it's going to be a lot more involved with live streaming data versus having it stored on your PC locally, which is good and bad because people that don't have the bandwidth might struggle with that. I don't know. I think it's. I'm super excited. I'm super excited. I'm gonna take off 2 days from work to make sure I have plenty of ample time to have some fun in it. Hopefully it's a nice smooth launch. I believe 2020 was a smooth launch. I had moved in between the time it launched, so I don't remember if I actually got to use it day one or not. Over to 127.75, Northwest 516. Minneapolis Center, Northwest 516, at flight level 280.
Northwest 516, Minneapolis Center, good morning.
Okie dokie, so we got good morning. Again, that's interesting. I wonder if they changed something with the altimeter. I feel like I used to say the altimeter very frequent. Okay. So, it looks like we'll get our descent here shortly. It did say it was going to bring us down in about 10 minutes. The top of descents have been working, I think, pretty well recently. I talked about this on Friday, but on the SAYINTENTIONS Discord, they had posted a couple of polls. One was, should they keep focus on IFR or focus on something else? And overwhelmingly, the poll voted for work on the approaches. So that's what they'll be doing. They announced their first commercial partner, which was really cool for them. And what was the other thing they had announced? They had some new voices added in recently. I need to start doing some more outside of the US here. I need to hear some of those voices. I'm so bad at pronunciating words.
127.0 when able.
So I get a little standoffish at doing that. I suppose I can just use, say, the ICAO codes, but I don't know. So top of descent should be within
127.7.
what is that? 40 nautical miles. So within 5 minutes.
That's affirmative. 127.0.
I'm gonna clear us down to 3 for the approach, unless they give us something different. And I just got some news that I have a little bit longer than I can do streaming, so still only gonna do the one flight because this is stream just kind of sporadic. I wanted to do the show off this this new app, this New Sky.
Alright, we'll expect the RNAV runway 21 Meridian 63 Echo. South.
Was that a voice changer, or is that just something else going on? That was interesting. It'll be interesting to see how things play out. I'm hoping, obviously, that SAYINTENTIONS grows and becomes a much bigger footprint here in Flight Sim.
Report when established on final approach course.
But with the pre-recorded stuff especially, like, the professionalism you have to have on the comms, I think, is super important. Very similar to VATSIM. The difference is that you're not having, you know, like ATC can hear it, right, and they can report stuff like that. Now, it would be up to the other pilots to maybe report if the auto mod doesn't catch it, and there isn't like an admin in. So maybe give it the power to the pilots at some point to have like a report button. So I know you can pop in the Discord and just, you know, say, hey, I heard this at this time, whatever. It's all about making it as realistic as you can, right?
United 221, temperature 23 due, 0.04.
The clouds look slightly different too in that trailer that was showing off. I couldn't put my finger on that either. Like, they look really good in Flight Sim 2020.
United 221, descend and maintain 6,000, turn right, heading 325 vectors.
Most of the time.
Runway 33 approach.
Although when you get up close to them, you get that pixel effect that happens. I was actually really, not proud. I was really content with the showcase overall, the Xbox showcase. Definitely a few games on there that I'm interested in. The DLC for Diablo, definitely super excited for. Fable, I'm interested in. I never played any of the Perfect Dark games in the past, but I'm kind of interested in that. I initially thought it was Deus Ex.
United 2289er.
Indiana Jones, really excited for that. What else came out? Was announced. I'm not a Call of Duty guy, so not interested in any of that stuff. Oh, the Metal Gear, the Snake Eater remake. Very much interested in that.
Citation 354 Charlie Golf, Minneapolis Center, Roger. Meridian 6 Tree Echo.
Did you pass the aircraft's top of descent? Most of the time I reach the aircraft's top descent for S. I haven't yet. It's right. It's coming up. It's right there. About 10 nautical miles out. We'll see. And yeah, most of the time I pass it. I would say probably 5 to 10 nautical miles I pass it. I'm hoping for the best. And I don't actually, you know, we should probably be sending now, because I don't... We can go direct to Mary. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna... Well... We'll kind of see what happens here.
Forget the altimeter for 63 Echo.
6-3 Echo, isn't that Kip on the ground? I don't know if he's streaming right now or not.
Contact Brussels control on 125.0.
So that might be a pre-recorded one.
1197.
Alright, so we just passed the waypoint, we just passed our top of descent in the aircraft, so let's see now. We're going to give it... I'm going to give it to 66 nautical miles out. We don't get it by then. We'll make our own call.
Thank you. A beautiful day for flying. Just going over Liverpool at the moment. Heading towards a bit of cloud, I think, but otherwise perfect. Thank you for asking.
Actually, top of descent kind of shifted, didn't it?
Maintain flight level 030. X3 Echo.
Yeah, is Kip on, or is he,
163 Echo, contact Minneapolis Center on
or is that recorded?
132.05.
You never tell anymore, it's so good. Yeah, it's gotta be recorded. I don't see him on, so really cool.
Cessna 730, Papa Charlie at Cherokee at Spencer.
Okay, well, it wants top descent now.
Departure, flight plan departure to Flying Cloud.
I'm seeing the altitude change in the in SAYINTENTIONS.
Cessna 996, radar contact over
So,
Fairmont Municipal Airport at 2,100
I'm gonna go ahead and
Fairmont
start getting our
altimeter
descent down.
3009er. Fly heading 08 tree vectors to Rochester, then own navigation.
So we may not get it. Wants us to fly around over, and I think I'll do that just because now we're a little high. We got some air brake.
Cessna 996, maintain VFR at or below 4,500.
And I think we'll go ahead and request our descent as well, because it doesn't look like we're going to get it. Doesn't look like it. I think they lost us. Minneapolis Center, Northwest 516 requests our descent into Des Moines.
Northwest 516, descend and maintain 3500 feet.
Alright, there's our call. We got our clearance. We never got it initially, which who knows if we would have ever got it. Sometimes hit and miss, right? Work in progress. We'll go here. I did 2 flights yesterday, and they were both almost perfect. So, of course, it's the one I stream. It's how it works out. The one I stream doesn't work so well. Okay, so we're gonna fly over to Des Moines here. We're gonna come around here, hop into Mary, and then make our approach in. This approach kind of reminds me of Fargo's. There's the FAR vector in there. It's putting us in a hold again. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know enough about this aircraft. Oh, jeez. Well, we might have to just go handle this on our own on the approach. All kinds of crazy stuff going on here. Alright, so airport's not quite in sight, I don't think, unless it is that there. I think that is it. So just so where you know what to look, once we do touch down, New Sky has little pop-ups come up down here at the bottom, which I think is really, really cool. Over to 134.0, Northwest 516. 134 and a 0. Minneapolis Center, Northwest 516. Currently at 16,000, descending 3,500. So we'll go to Des Moines, we'll go over to Middle, and then we'll go over to Mary. Is it Des Moines or Des Moines? I think it's Des Moines, right? No S, silent S. Kind of like Illinois. It's not Illinois with an S, it's Illinois. We're descending at a faster rate because it's trying to get us down to where we're supposed to be. It wants us down to, what, 42 by the time we hit DSM. Got a sim lockup. There we go. Oh, there again. Okay, all fixed. So on my wish list for Flight Sim 2024, if the only thing they do is add the career stuff, outside of that, the only other two things I'm really wanting is the stutter stuff and optimization. And I know that kind of goes hand in hand, but the stutters on arrival are the worst ones. Like the ones in the midair, whatever. It is what it is, right? It doesn't take away really from anything. It's the ones where autopilot's off and you're coming on in. Those ones can get real rough because all of a sudden you lose altitude, right? You lose time. Over to 123.9, Northwest 516. Good day.
Hyper Sierra Papa Delta Lima Delta, Oakland Center, cleared to San Jose.
Des Moines approach. Good morning from Northwest 516. We're at 11,000, descending 3,500. So technically, in the real world, you're supposed to also provide the information, whatever the current weather information is.
Northwest 516 Des Moines approach. Good morning, Polk altimeter 3006.
QNH 087, Roger, Devo 361.
Okay, so we're within, what, about 10 nautical miles from the airport. That is indeed the airport. Yep. We're gonna swing out here and whoop, swoop on in. Wants us to stow our speed brakes. Let's do that. So I've been thinking about messing around with what's it called? Next, SPAD Next again.
Thank you.
Just because it'd be really nice to be able to mess to control like the knobs with my honeycomb in this aircraft. So the career mode I'm currently using is called New Sky. And it's completely free. It's very early. I believe there. Look at the version number, 0.0689. Very early. There's not a whole lot to it, but right now you can join selected airlines that have been created, or make your own if you'd like. I made a Northwest Airlines one well, technically yesterday, hoping that other people join it. And then if you make your own airline, you can add routes to it, add aircrafts to it. Right now, for the most part, it's kind of like a flight tracker, per se, more than a career mode. But it's a good flight tracker. Like I was saying earlier, what I think is the coolest thing about it right now is it actually has a grade based on your center line. And that's honestly the biggest thing I've been working on. Shoot, I forgot to turn my land lights on. Get dinged on that one. That's the thing I've been working on the most, is my center line. So it has a rating for that. It has a rating for the distance on touchdown. And then of course your actual touchdown. Okay, so we'll be flying over the airport, and our runway, I think, is right here. Yeah, that'd be our runway there. And then the terminal is right here. Like I said, we'll probably exit here and then taxi our way over. Also now gonna go to heading mode. And we'll bring up our VS to 1,000. We're gonna manage my speed now. Bring us down to 210.
Approach. I'm not seeing your transponder.
Okay.
Confirm squawking 1523 mode C. Ident one more time for me.
Now we're just flying over our airport. I think they're also working on traffic for 2024.
Following Air Canada 446. Air Canada 446, roger. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR. Frequency change approved.
Alright, so, Mary, says a delay is what we're going to hit first, and then we'll head over to Mary. Alright, so we're on our approach soon, so let's get that going. Speed brakes also set. Now I'm curious how the handoff the tower is going to be. Hopefully that's going to be good, right? Alright, let's go ahead and make our turn on over.
Morning departure. Vision Jet 354 Charlie Golf is with you. 2,500, climbing to 5,000. 2,500. Good morning approach. Comanche 108 Mike Whiskey, good afternoon. 5,500 feet, 20 miles east of the airfield inbound to lane.
I don't see delay. Did I delete delay? I must have. Okay, so I guess we'll go direct to Mary. Let's go here, bound down to 25 now.
Comanche 8 Mike Whiskey Des Moines approach. Descend and maintain 3,000 expect vectors for the RNAV approach to runway tree 2, Newton altimeter tree 012.
Okay, so once we get onto Mary, we have to, that's going to be pretty much right on our approach. So we're going to be pretty much ready to go. Flaps are coming down. Let's reduce our speed.
Des Moines approach, Comanche 108, Mike Whiskey requesting vectors for my
And
approach.
142, so we're going to do 147.
Des Moines approach, Skyventure 220, departed Ankeny Trapp Airport with a northeast
Sure, I could have requested vectors at this point, but it's fine.
29901, Skyventure 220.
Skymaster, wow. That's a name I haven't heard for a very long time. Alright, let's go down flaps 2. Speed's looking very good on approach. All's looking good. Turn on localizer. Altimeter's checked.
Flight approach, very Top Alpha, 133 miles out of land, and we're at 5,000.
Comanche 8 Mike Whiskey, turn left, heading 210 vector for RNAV approach, runway tree 2.
Remember, look down here at the bottom for landing rate.
Approach, contact Des Moines Tower on 118.3.
Oh, wow, it gave us tower. Over to tower, Northwest 516. Very, very cool. All's working as planned. Hold off a couple more seconds here for tower. Let's reduce our speed to 147. Laps 3. There's our runway in sight. And flaps full. Gear coming down. Localizer not captured. Approach mode armed. See if it does it. Are you gonna capture it or no? Okay, there we go. Localizer and glide slope capture. And we're on tower. Tower, good morning from Northwest 516. We're on the localizer 5 approach. Weird localizer approach.
Northwest 516 Des Moines Tower, turn right heading 220.
Alright, you gonna give me clearance or no? Des Moines Tower, Northwest 516 on final runway 5. Here comes the clearance.
030 at 6, runway 5 cleared to land.
I was impatient. Runway 5 cleared to land, Northwest 516. Alright, AP off my aircraft. It's a bit bumpy. Got a slight crosswind. A little high. Little low.
100 above. Minimum.
Minimum's landing. Thrust idle.
100.
Maybe a little too early.
50. 40.
Too low. Terrain.
30. 20. Retard. 5.
Touchdown. The first is out. 105 on the landing. Too bad. Alright, cleared 80. Laps going up. And you know, we'll go to, I could exit there, but...
To Des Moines. Exit at Papa 3 if able. Contact ground on 121.9er.
Papa 3. That's our next one. Cool. Alright, flaps are up. And landing lights off. Over to 121.9, Northwest 516. Good day. 21 and a 9. Ground, good morning from Northwest 516. We're on taxiway Papa. Would like to taxi to the terminal. So I'm going to slow down here a little bit. Give it some time to figure out where we are. I didn't want to stop, but...
Departure, please.
128.155. Squawk 3112.
Ladies and
Northwest
gentlemen, we are
516
still
Des
on
Moines
an
ground.
active
Taxi
taxiway.
to the
We ask
terminal
that you
via
do
Papa
remain
3,
seated
Papa.
until the captain has pulled the
So it's
tilts the
almost
aircraft
100%
to
correct. It doesn't
test
have
gate.
delta in
Thank
there.
you.
Taxi to terminal via Papa 3, Papa, Northwest 516. So it could have gave us Delta to Foxtrot or all the way Papa to Hector. We're going to take Hector up here. But I don't know if this is a taxi tuned airport or not, so it may not have Hector. Alright, so once we get parked at the gate here, I will bring up New Sky and we'll look through the report that you get. On the chart, this one shows a big old X, so this must have been a closed taxiway now. Used to be a taxiway in the past. So this is my third flight, I believe, with, or, no, this is my fourth flight. Maybe it is my third now, I don't remember. It's my third, I'm pretty sure now. With New Sky. My first flight with my career airport I made, or airline I made, Northwest. Can't park there because there's something in the way, so I guess we'll go over here.
Ready for taxi.
I think this is the freeware airport I found on like sim.to.
Piper November 53 Charlie Delta Des Moines ground taxi to runway 23 via Alpha.
Taxi runway 23 via Alpha.
Alright.
Charlie Delta.
Parking brakes are on. Shocks, GPU, toggle gate, jetway. External power on. And engines off. Alright, so it asks us, do you want to close it? And we say, sure, why not? Okay, so once you close it, it will list your flights that you've done. So here's all my previous flights I've done. So my first flight was Orlando to Miami, then Miami to Tampa, and now Minneapolis to Des Moines. And then you get your rating. It shows you your passengers and all that jazz, right? So, we go here, we can actually look at what happened. Before we do that, you submit my flight brief, and I'm going to kill out SAYINTENTIONS because it's talking too much. Okay, so scheduled time and the time I actually took off, all that jazz. So actual time 14:07, scheduled to arrive at 5, so I arrived 5 minutes early. And we departed like 8 minutes early, so that's crazy. And let's see what else we have here. So duration tells us how long, tells us the distance, the fuel used, all that jazz. And I think this stuff will be more beneficial so when they add the economy 2.0 stuff. Because here's the ticket, the cargo, and then all the expenses. It gives you money for landing. Alright, so great touchdown. Normal conditions, so touchdown was good. The distance from the threshold. Acceptable range is 182 to 732. And so I was on the plus side of that. Average centerline deviation is 2.19. Max centerline deviation 3.3. So that was all good. And it gives you the route that you took. And it gives you your altitudes. And then also gives you your G's. So we climbed out like a rocket ship. Came on down. I guess not like a rocket ship because this is an Airbus. And then we can look at the complete log here. So here's everything that kept track of throughout your flight. So now, if I go to my airlines, actually, let's see. If I go here, if I search for my airline, Here's my airline. Currently it's a 5 rating, and no one's on there, and it's dead. This is the activity, the amount of flights being on there. It didn't report this one yet. I'm not sure how long it takes to report it. Here it shows you the aircraft, where the aircrafts are currently located. I wonder why it doesn't show my current flight. Anywho, but this is the program. It's like again, it's more of like a flight tracker right now, because you can't really do anything with the money. But like I said, that's coming with the economy mode apparently. I don't know enough about that part to confirm or deny. But like I showed in the beginning, you can just book a flight. You can schedule a flight with the airline, or you can book it with the airline and go anywhere you want with any aircraft you want. So it has the free flight dynamic of like NeoFly and a pilot's life. So if you want to go that route as well. So anyways, I guess it's kind of cool. It's very basic. It's early. But I think if you join an airline and the person who's in charge of the airline does a good job, I think it'd be kind of cool. I don't know if you can assign other people, like if other pilots join, if you can assign them. I think you can here. But I guess assign them different roles. Yeah, you can give them different permissions, so you can give other people the ability to customize certain things. We're doing pretty good. Balance is pretty good there. But overall, I think it's neat. It's very basic again, but kind of gives you something else to use if you don't want to use like NeoFly or a pilot's life. There's Air Hauler out there, and then there's On Air as well. So all kinds of options out there. But this is 100% free, no charge, and I think it's worth giving it a shot, which is what I'm currently doing. But as always, I do appreciate you watching the streams, whether it's a live stream or recorded. Definitely do appreciate that, and I might possibly have a stream tomorrow morning as well. Not 100% sure, but we'll kind of see how that goes. But again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you for the next adventure. Take care.